Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm one of the current Escape Tribe leaders, and I'll be co-leading the Escape Tribe come September.
Hi, I'm Becca. I co-led the Escape Tribe back in January 2015.
And we're here just to answer a few questions that people have had about the Escape Tribe. Okay, am I too old or too young? The short answer is no, not at all. We get people from all ages who come to do the Escape Tribe. So some people have just started in their careers and really quickly realize that this isn't for them, but they're not sure what else is out there. Other people might have been in their career for many, many years, maybe feeling stuck for a long time, and they finally feel ready to make change, and that's when they come to the Escape Tribe.
It really doesn't matter what your age and background is. It's all about having a diverse crowd in the room and about getting loads of different backgrounds in there and perspectives. So there'll be definitely no judgment based off age. There's no criteria there at all from our perspective.
Absolutely. I would say the vast majority of people probably have somewhere between 5 to 7 years experience and probably tend to fall in their 30s, but we really do get a whole range of people from across the board, and that's part of what makes it such an interesting, enriching group. I don't have a typical corporate background. Is it for me? Absolutely. The Escape Tribe is for anybody who's feeling stuck in their career and who's looking to make a brave change. We get people from all sorts of industries, creative industries, education, lawyers. We do get a fair amount of management consultants and bankers, but it really is for people who are looking for ways to make change and are feeling stuck.
Everyone's escape is different and what everyone needs is different. So if you're looking to escape something that's not the typical city job, then this can definitely still help. Is the tribe just a bunch of lost souls who can't figure stuff out? Really great question. It's easy to feel like when you feel stuck and you feel like you want to escape something and you just don't know what that next direction is in your career, in your life, that you feel inadequate and unable to figure stuff out. You just want to be more kind of set and sorted. And getting together with a bunch of other people that feel that way doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to be a bunch of superstars, but the opposite is the case. Escape the City was started because the world of work is changing and because it's thought that by 2020 most people won't be in traditional single employment as we know it at the moment. Freelancing, contracting, small businesses, they're all kind of what the direction that we're all heading in. The Escape Tribe is for people that want to engage with that new way of working earlier than the mainstream might do. So it's actually for people that are ahead of the curve and are ready to be creative about how they engage with their fulfillment and their career.
Absolutely, and actually a lot of people who do the Escape Tribe are really high achievers, and in some ways because of that they ended up in the wrong career because they followed a traditional ladder that they were told they had to climb. And one of our current Escape Tribers described it as always feeling like a square peg in a round hole, and then she came in the room and met all the other people and realized, here we are all the square pegs and we're all ready to do something different and more exciting. What is covered during the tribe? So some of you have come to some of our tribe tasters, or maybe you've been looking on our website, and a lot of people have the question of what actually happens during the tribe. The Escape Tribe is divided into 3 sort of big buckets. The first one is looking inside and figuring out what are my strengths, what are my real skills, connecting to what your values are, and figuring out what matters to you in life. What do you want to be basing your future career on? The second step is figuring out more of what you want and how you're going to get there. So that's when we start to move into action, and you're doing that both by working in groups with other people in the tribe and by doing individual projects and trying out little ideas, experimenting with what you're interested in. The idea isn't that at the end of the 15 weeks you're going to have started a new job necessarily or figured out exactly what it is you're going to do next, but the idea is that you will start to try to do things, and through doing things you really start to move forward. We bring in different psychologists and coaches. We have a lot of in-house experience from Escape, and a lot of the work is actually done through you guys, and it's amazing the power that you can harness when you have accountability and you have a group that's supporting you when you're doing the work in a concerted manner for 15 weeks.
Yeah, having kind of structure around the idea of both action and learning, so the 2 things run in parallel, means that each kind of superpowers the other. And I love the idea, sometimes what we talk about in terms of the different actions that people are taking, it's kind of like data collection. It's doing these small experiments each week, which can be as small as deciding that you're going to go and interview someone who's your hero, who runs an organisation that you admire, or you're going to write a blog post. These small things that you can work on each week are ways of finding out what feels good, what feels right, and by the end of the 15 weeks you kind of have this knowledge about yourself that you've taught yourself by doing it. So while there's all this kind of external speakers and teachers coming in, you're actually going to teach yourself a lot of this stuff by doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much time do I need to commit each week, and is there homework? So there's obviously the contact hours, which you will have seen, the weekly meetups and the weekends. On top of that, there's optional exercises and activities that you can take part in outside on your own or with other members of the tribe. These are completely optional. You'll be guided as to what you could be doing, what you could be reading, what you could be thinking about more in between sessions, but there's absolutely no obligation. No one's going to be breathing down your neck saying, have you done your homework, and marking it. So it varies for different people, depending on how much time you have available to you. So if you've got 5 hours a week that you can spare and you want to spend it reading some additional material, great. But if you are really tight for time, which everyone tends to be, then as long as you can make it to the majority of the face-to-face sessions, and you're kind of engaged during that time, then you'll make some great progress.
And actually, most people who are in the Escape Tribe are in full-time employment, and the time that people are able to dedicate to doing extra exercises or reading, or even just thinking about what they're working on varies. Some people can find an extra half an hour in the week, some people are not working and they have 5 days, and actually sometimes we find that the people who have less time are able to get more done because they have this sort of limited thing in which to really be focused.
Will you place me in a new job? So, by the end of the 15 weeks, many people will be looking for a new job. You may have figured out during the course of the tribe that you want a job in a new industry, maybe a different role within your own industry. You might not want a new job at all. So everyone's different and their journey will be different through the tribe. For those people that are looking for a new role, we obviously have the Escape job board, so we've got a bunch of new exciting opportunities coming across our radar every week. And in previous tribes, we've definitely hooked people up with current opportunities that we're aware of, and we kind of know the people, the employers behind the scenes, and can definitely help make that happen for sure. The main thing to say about the tribe is that it's less about deciding that you want to get a new job and go out there and write a really good CV to find it. It's much more about creating opportunities for yourself. So rather than looking out there at all the jobs that are available, looking at all these boxes that you could fit yourself into, it's about creating a box for yourself, and we will work together to figure out for you exactly what that box should look like, and how you can create it and how you can hustle your way to getting that job that you've designed and that is the box that you have designed for yourself in an organisation that you want to work for. And it's a totally different way of engaging with the question of finding a new job, but it is the way to find something that's going to be much more aligned with the values and the mission, the purpose that you've defined for yourself during the tribe.
Absolutely, and what's sort of been a surprise for us has been to see how many people, while they're doing the tribe, discover that actually they'd like to work for themselves, maybe they'd like to start a business. Sometimes people meet co-founders on the tribe or through the past tribes, and so much of it is about how you think about your career, whether it's working for yourself or working for somebody else. It's having a career that's on your terms, where you're adding the value and you're sort of defining what success looks like. Will I get a qualification? The short answer is no. This isn't like university where at the end you have a diploma. The idea is that you're going on this journey and you're starting this process where you make new connections, you start to think in totally different ways about your life and your career.
What we find is that so many people that come here are completely overqualified, spent their life getting amazing qualifications, loads of letters after their name and all kinds of things under their belt, but actually that doesn't necessarily equal fulfillment. This is a different way of approaching the idea of learning and the idea of changing and bettering yourself.
Absolutely, and sometimes we're so stuck in how we think about the world and how we can start a new career that we think the only way to do that is to go back to school and to retrain in something, when in fact so much of it is shifting how you think about the world of work and how you think about success and your own value and what you want out of your career. So really it's about shifting your mindset and having the tools to be able to operate differently in this new world of work. what happens after the tribe? What if I can't change my life in 15 weeks? A lot of people have that question. And I think because there's a set time, it can often feel like by the end of 15 weeks, you have to have it all figured out. When in fact, the idea is that with these 15 weeks, you're really getting the tools to start your journey, and you're getting the mindset that allows you to think about your career on totally, totally different terms.
So after the tribe as well, there's a whole kind of new stage of the experience. We have the alumni tribe that exists, ready, kind of waiting to catch you. You'll graduate automatically into it at the end of the 15 weeks. And that is a growing group of people. With every intake of tribes, the group grows. So there's currently 400 people in that group. People that have been through the tribe's experience. They're equally like-minded, and they've learned this stuff. There'll be a few months further along their journey, and it's awesome to see already the kind of mentoring that's happening, skill sharing, peer-to-peer learning that's going on. And those guys use the space here every Thursday, come here, do co-working, give sessions to each other, workshops, share their own skills and what they're learning as they go. And there's lots of socials that go on as well. So that is absolutely a network that will extend the experience far beyond the 15 weeks. Actually, the 15 weeks is more of an introduction into the real stuff, which comes afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 15 weeks really allows you to connect with the other people in the tribe and start to draw on each other's resources. And in those 15 weeks, you really start to get the tools to allow you to move forward and to think about your career on totally different terms.